name is Mary Ahern, and I'm a supporter of the Royal Humane Society. In 2019, I attended a birdwood lecture organized by the Society at which I saw the brave rescue divers who saved the young Thai football team presented with their awards. Since then, I've been fascinated by the stories of bravery and life-saving. I'm delighted to share with you a story of great bravery from 1788, which the Royal Humane Society recognized. To set the wider context, this was the year when the US Constitution came into effect after New Hampshire became the 9th state to ratify it. In 1788, the poet Lord Byron was born, and the painter Thomas Gainsborough died. So let's begin. Margate, January 17th, 1788. Addressed to George Keat, Esquire, Charlotte Street, Bloomsbury. About 9 o'clock in the morning, the Anne and Elizabeth, Job Moy's master, was driven on a rock near Margate. The sea ran so high that at 10 the cabin was full of water and the waves washed over the deck. The crew, consisting of 5 men, and the cabin boy, about 15 years of age, in hopes of saving themselves, climbed the mast and lashed themselves to the cross-truss. About 3 in the morning, our mares appeared totally exhausted with cold and fatigue, insomuch as to be insensible of their endeavors to rouse him from his lethargic state. And about 6, they supposed him dead. At 9 o'clock a.m., a boat went off to them, which was with difficulty boarded by the crew, all of which were safe landed. The boy, supposed to be dead, remained lashed to the shrouds. Nicholas Stileman, Esquire, of Forward, a gentleman of great humanity, hearing of the boy's dreadful situation, and knowing there had been many instances of recovery after the vital power had long been suspended and appeared to be extinct, remonstrated on the impropriety of leaving him, and begged he might be brought on shore. However, as the vessel could not be boarded without great danger, no one attempted it, and his remonstrances were in vain. He then offered a most generous pecuniary reward, on which the boy was fetched. He was immediately put into a warm bed, and medical attendants called. The usual endeavors of restoring heat and mobility by warm flannels and friction being found very ineffectual, he was carried to a warm bath in the neighborhood, heated to about 90 degrees of Fahrenheit's thermometer, which was gradually increased to 120 or upwards. In about an hour, laborious and convulsive respiration returned, sometimes at very long intervals. The heart commenced its action, and a slight pulsation was soon afterwards perceptible. He was now observed to make weak efforts with his arms, which were before quite stiff. He then lifted up his eyelids, but the eyes appeared motionless and the pupils widely dilated. In about an hour and a half, his pulse again sank, the color vanished from his face and lips, and he had a very long interval from breathing. The heat of the bath being greatly diminished was now considerably increased, and his head, breast, etc. were soaked, so that in about a quarter of an hour he again revived, and from this time his pulse returned and soon increased in strength. His breathing became gradually less laborious. The warm bath having been employed 2 hours and a half, he was now removed and put between the blankets of a warm bed. Friction with his warm clothes was continued for some hours. Little or no nourishment could be given, as his jaws were fixed, and he seemed to have no power of deglutition for several hours. About 9 in the evening, he swallowed some broth with difficulty, but much avidity. During the night, he took near a quart. At 10 o'clock the next morning he first spoke, but continued insensible and at intervals convulsed. From that time until Monday morning he slept 6 hours. He then came to his reason. From Monday till Tuesday morning he continued sleeping, except when he awoke to take refreshments, since which time he has continued quite well. Although he is now perfectly sensible and collected, he does not remember a single circumstance of what has happened. Geo Slater. Thank you for listening. This is just one story of thousands. The Society is encouraging people to become one of their governors. For just £100 in 2024, you will be invited to attend a variety of Society events, such as their annual General Court, where you'll see awardees receive their medals and hear their amazing stories. You'll also get a 250th anniversary certificate and an invitation to a special celebration at St. Paul's Cathedral in September. If you'd like to find out more about the Society and their work, do visit their website and support them however you can in their 250th year. Thank you.